What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of Cub Reacts on a Saturday morning. Very excited to get into this one. Again, another track off the brand new Fireboy DML album, Playboy. This one goes by the name Ashawo. Very excited to get into it. Everything I've heard of this album so far has been fire. Very, very solid. Literally everything I've heard of there so far. I know people are already putting out their top fives. We've already done a mix for the full project, so I have heard bits of the tunes, but not sat down and listened to them in full in this sort of reactionary mode. So I'm excited to get into this one. As always, friends, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And without further ado, let's jump into the sounds of this one. I am very excited. Bassline's really nice. I'm loving how much kind of percussion has been infused into this as an overall arrangement. Like the actual rhythm of the overall tune sounds really, really cleanly done. Again, Fireboy's vocals just kind of creeping over the top, but then on top of that, you've got this really nice kind of shuffle going on in the lower end, and then this overall kind of bounce that you're hearing from the kicks, combining with that very Reese style bass line in the lower end. Again, the overall arrangement of this one's really, really nice. Slight guitar plucks going on as well. Crazy.
Before you shout out, no be my fault, you not shy you. Now all of us, be a shower. If I cheat on you, I'm sorry. And if you cheat on me, no worry. No be my fault, you not shy you. Now all of us, be a shower. If I cheat on
loving the use of vocals, man.
And if you cheat on me, no worry. No be my fault, you not shy you. Now all of us,
again, his backing vocals have such a natural kind of cleanliness to them. They just have this very kind of warm, overarching feel that just pulls you in. And this has been a theme of the album so far. Fireboy actually utilizing those vocals to a much kind of wider level. Something that one of the criticisms I actually had of Apollo as an overall project when we listened back to it recently and did the ranking the tracks off there was that I felt he didn't utilize his vocal lines as much. Everything felt a little bit flat. Well, not everything, but it just felt like the album could have expanded so much more. Everything we've heard of this project so far has this very expansive nature to it, and again, very much sticking to his roots, but also expanding into new territory without kind of losing track of where he is or where he's from. Love it. Love the direction he's going in.
if I cheat on you, I'm sorry, yeah. I apologize. See, I do anything for your back, baby. When I know they mad, I go sharply go and come back. That be my fault, say I famous, you. Make I no cast for Lagos, you. If the girls say they call my name, I go pay about you.
Again, on a production level, this one's really nice because when you hear Fireboy tunes, they are often quite club-influenced bangers, but they don't necessarily take a typical club route. They still quite often rely on very kind of softened pad textures. They rely on an airiness, this kind of fragrant upper to mid-end frequency rise, which is just kind of full of reverberations. It's full of, again, really nice kind of pad textures, and that's going on here as well, but you also have that little guitar line running through, just kind of going, and again, that throughout the middle really, really helps to just drive the tune forward. It gives it this, again, sense of storyline within the tune, and obviously Fireboy is killing it vocal-wise as well.
If I cheat on you, I'm sorry. And if you cheat on me, no worry. No be my fault, you not shy you. Now all of us, be a shower. If I cheat on you, I'm sorry. And if you cheat on me, no worry. No be my fault, you not shy you. Now all of us, be a shower. If I cheat on you,
you're hearing just how potent the bass line is down below as well. It's literally just kind of going. It almost sounds like it's there's a lot of filtration going on the bass instrument. Again, it has a very kind of Reese, very digitized texture rather than say an 808 kind of drum doing the majority of the work, or a kind of typical bass guitar. This sounds like it's very synthetic, very kind of I'm trying to think of the best way to what's the best word to describe it. Anyway, you can tell it's been designed. Like, it's a very kind of digital, very, very well thought through design for the bass line. I need to think of the right word to describe it. Engineered, that's the word. It's been very, very, very specifically engineered to give off the vibe that it is. And it works so nicely in comparison with Fireboy's vocal and that high end we were speaking about earlier.
Waiting I dey find for Fatima, where my Shima no get. Waiting I dey find for Amaka, where my Shima
Let's go.
no get. That be my fault, say I famous, yo. Make I no cast for Lagos, yo. If the girls say they call my name, I go pay about you. That be my fault, you know.
Those little slight saxophone slides as well are adding so much to it contextually. They're adding the sense of story, the sense of playfulness. Again, tying into the theme of the album itself, which is of course Playboy. That's the name of the album. So being able to kind of slide into that theme, that playfulness, works really, really nicely. And again, those little saxophone kind of lots of sort of pops in there as well. Just give it that extra sense of texture. They're surprising. They keep you on your toes, and that's what you want when you're listening through. They've gone to a lot of places in the 2 minutes we've been listening.
Now all of us be Ashawo. If I cheat on you, I'm sorry. And if you cheat on me, no worry. No be my fault, you not shy. Now all of us be Ashawo. If I cheat on you,
Backing vocals, are you mad?
and if you cheat on me, no worry. No be my fault, you not shy. Now all of us be Ashawo.
Another kind of comment that I've seen, not even seen, that I've said about what I've seen on the album is that every tune has a catchy element to it. And again, it's not a bad thing in my honest opinion. Some people might see that as trying to like search for hit making or whatever. If you're making music and you make it catchy, it's a good thing. I don't understand how that can ever possibly be perceived to be a negative thing. And it's starting to become a real part of what Fireboy does. Again, it's a big difference between this and the previous album. I can probably, after listening through this album 3 or 4 times, I'll be able to tell you the catchy bit from each tune. Whereas Apollo, there are bits that just kind of get lost in the ether a little bit. This feels like it's very much more designed and, again, engineered, now I remember the word, it's going to be everywhere, to make people move and give people memories, which is a good thing. Really nice use of panning as well between the 2 different string sounds. You've got the more sort of lower-ended string lines coming through on this side, and then the more sort of light kind of plucked guitar lines appearing on this side. So there's a nice kind of sense of kind of splitting the melodies as well. So you are kind of going down this alleyway of melody. That's on that side, that's on that side. It's like going down like a kind of a corridor of artwork, and there's different pieces on each side, and it creates an overall experience as you go through. Really, really cool. We'll let this one run through to the end and then give it our final breakdown, but crazy stuff once again from Fireboy. Let's go. Even the guitar lines are catchy, man. Like, how cool is that to see that the guitar lines, just even that, you could knock that up over a 4x4 tune and you've got a David Guetta tune. It's crazy how catchy these tunes have all been so far. This one, Fireboy DML with Ashawo. Crazy. Again, I'm so impressed with this as an album. Again, I've looked around a few of my fellow reactors' reactions to the album as a whole. Everyone's loving it. Everyone's enjoying it. I'm seeing a lot of positive press from this album, and it's a good thing because I feel this is definitely Fireboy's strongest piece of work to date. He's understood the assignment, and he's catering to a global audience, I feel, without losing who he is. He's not purposefully kind of moving away from what we love from Fireboy, which is a good thing. And we were saying it in a Twitter space the other day. What he has done, he's tweaked little elements to make it catchy, to bring people in so it's not just kind of in the ether. There are elements about each tune that you can remember, and when you're explaining it to someone, you can do the catchy bit and then they'll remember the tune as well. And I think that's such a crucial thing, especially in this stage of Fireboy's career where he is blowing up on the international stage. And it's great to see. Big up Fireboy DML, man. Exceptional stuff on this one. As always, friends, let me know your thoughts on the tune in the comments section down below. And of course, if you did enjoy this reaction, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CUBREACTS TV. Stay locked.